Hi everyone! In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to make our Jen Stark inspired artwork and then how to submit it. So let's start by opening up Procreate. Once you've opened up Procreate, you have to make a new artwork, okay? That's going to be pressing the plus button right up here in this top corner. Once you've pressed on that plus button in the top corner, I want you to press screen size. That will just give you an artwork that's the size of your screen, and that'll work for what we're doing here. I'm going to be doing this artwork up and down. That's just the way I prefer. If you want to do yours, you know, side to side, if that's how you want to do it, that's up to you, okay? So I'm going to do this artwork up and down, and we want to make drip style artwork just like Jen Stark did. I'm going to start with the outlines. For this assignment, since we're doing something a little bit more cartoony, I would recommend you use this brush called Monoline. It's underneath calligraphy. Next to calligraphy, you'll find it over here near the top. I'm gonna do black lines, but you do not have to do black lines. If you wanna do a different color line, feel free to experiment. You could even start with black lines and try different colors afterwards, and I'll show you how to do that in a bit. Just as a refresher on the side here, this is your size bar here. You can have either larger brush sizes or smaller brush sizes. And then underneath, you have your opacity. We want to keep our opacity all the way at 100% for now. But just know that if for some reason your pencil isn't writing, that happens sometimes, it might be that you just accidentally pressed that with your finger. And if this is all the way at the bottom, it's not going to draw anything. So for this artwork, we're going to do these drip style artwork. So I'm just going to start by making my first couple drips. I'm going to go slowly, making sure that I like how it looks. If you don't like how it looks, remember, you can actually undo. So like the undo button is here. To undo, you can also two-finger touch. So if I redo this and I use two fingers and tap the screen like that, it will undo. And then you could three-finger tap with three fingers to bring it back. Three-finger touch. Right now, I'm actually going to keep going. And actually, another thing that you might notice too, if you zoom in, some of these lines might be a little bit wobbly. You could change those wobbly lines too. If you want to have a brush that's a little bit more steady, if you actually click the brush, you can change the settings of the brush. Don't change too many settings or else this brush won't act the way it normally does. But an important one that you might want to change is underneath stabilization. If you go to streamline, you can increase the amount to like 100. It doesn't have to be 100, it could be somewhere in between. But if you do that, and I'll get rid of that line to show you, it's actually going to help smooth out your lines. So I'm going to add in these drips. And I'm just having fun with these drips. You don't have to do it all in one go like I did either. Once you have one, what you're going to do is you could even zoom in and you're going to trace the outlines of those drips like this. Once I've done that, I'm going to keep doing that over and over. I'm trying to keep my lines as organic as I can. And that is the first step. Now, once you've done this, you can do another set. So let's say I want to start another one over here. I could start another one over here. And do the same exact thing. And I'm going to do a third one right here. And fill it in as well. Okay, so now that I've done all the lines, okay, it's time to start filling them in. And actually, before you even start filling them in, there is one important thing. You want to make sure that all your lines close. So like, for example, right there, I had these lines that did not quite touch. If these lines don't quite touch, when I try to fill in with color, it's actually not going to work quite the way you want. So I'm actually going to go in. You could even feel free to go in and fix some of these. Like for example, if I go in here and decrease this brush, you kind of fix up some of the lines. So I'll just look at the artwork like here, this doesn't look very good. So I'll go edit things up like that. So I am going to take the time and try to fix those little details up. It's really the details like that make your artwork look nice. So you should spend some time working on those details. One awesome advantage of digital art is the fact that you can zoom in and zoom out. You can't really do that with traditional art. So taking advantage of the pros of digital art is really what you want to do when you're doing it. And that looks pretty good. I'm still seeing a couple little areas that haven't been done. Okay, so now that's a little bit closer to my own liking. I'm gonna go in and I'm actually going to now add some color, okay? Now, if you go over to your colors, and that's just by tapping whatever color this circle is, depending on what color you have chosen, this might be a little bit different. So what you're gonna do is to grab the color. I like to be in the harmony panel. Like there's a bunch of different ones. You could use a disc and then choose your hues here, and then choose how bright, dark, saturated or unsaturated you want your color to be. You could use the classic tool, which is just picking a hue and then picking a value or saturation of it. So value and saturation. I like to use this harmony. The reason I like to do the harmony panel is because if you click over here, it lets you pick different color schemes. And that could be kind of helpful. Like let's say I don't know what colors might look good together. Well, I can choose to use a triadic color scheme, which are 3 colors equal distance from the color wheel. And I can pick 3 colors, and these colors are going to look good with each other. So let's say I was to use this color scheme. This could be a yellow, cyan, and magenta color scheme. That will look really good together. You don't have to do that. You can choose whatever colors you want. But sometimes using a color scheme can really help out. Like you use a tetradic, an analogous. I'm going to use a triadic color scheme. Okay. So now this is the fun part. You get to color in. So to do this, all you've got to do is take your color and drag it on over to the shape you want to fill in. And that's all you've got to do. So now I'm going to grab blue and I'm going to color in my entire artwork. I'm actually going to change up the colors. So for example, right here, I have yellow right up against another yellow, and I kind of don't like how that looks. What's cool about digital art is that you could change things after the fact. So I think to make this look better, I want that yellow space to be a cyan. So I'm actually going to change the pattern here. I'm going to undo, 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 undo. And I'm actually just going to make the artistic choice to make this area cyan. And I think that's honestly going to look a lot better than what I had before. Okay, so now I'm done coloring in my main colors. Now I have just this empty space in the background. I do want to fill it in. I'm gonna choose, and actually, you don't even have to choose a color. If you go here, there's going to be an area called background color. If you click on that, you could actually even experiment. I was gonna drop in black, but you actually could even go in here and move this around. I'm gonna move it to harmony. And that's what black would look like, but you could even bring up the value and test out to see, are there any other colors that you might be interested or might look good with this? Like this blue actually kind of looks really cool. I just said I was gonna go with a black color, but actually I think this blue, this dark blue really makes all the other colors pop. So I think I'm actually gonna pick this dark blue. And that's actually cool because that was an artistic choice I wasn't gonna make until I kind of tested out what all of the other colors kind of look like. So now with that said, this artwork is completely done, and now we just gotta save it and post it into your Google Classroom. So the first thing I'm gonna go over is how to save this into your Google Drive. This is just in case, and then I'll go into how to post this into your Google Classroom. So if you go to the wrench button right up here, go over to where it says share, that share button right there, you're going to save this as a Procreate file first. If you save this, then you can save this into your Google Drive. I would suggest you click on folders and that you put this into your animation or your digital art folder. Some of you guys are in digital art doing this. Some of you guys are in animation doing this. So click on your animation folder, press save here, and then you are going to upload this artwork. Press upload. And that is it. Now, to submit this artwork, okay, what you are going to do is same thing. You have to press the wrench and press share. To submit it, you have to submit it as a JPEG. If this is not a JPEG, this will not work. So you're going to click the JPEG button, and then you're just going to click Save Image. Now that you're here, you're going to go into Google Classroom. You have to make sure you're signed in, so sign in if you haven't. Then you're going to go to your class. So for us, we're in animation, but some of you guys might be in digital art doing this assignment. You're then going to go to the Jen Stark Drip project assignment. Once you're here, go to instructions. You're not going to see it on my end because I'm the teacher, so I can't actually submit work. I only assign the work. But at the bottom, you should see a button right around here that says add work. Click on that. Then around here, you see an upload photo button. Click on that upload photo button. It's going to show you your photo library, and your artwork should be in there since you just saved it. It's going to take a second for it to upload into the assignment, but once it has, you can press submit work and you're done with this assignment. Great job, everyone, and I will see you next time.